Well, there you have it. Donald Trump has officially been convicted on all 34 counts. We recorded and aired this live, and when we surveyed those who were watching us during the live stream, over 4,000 folks responded to a poll we ran for about 5 minutes. 70% of them said that this was not a fair trial. A lot of folks are very nervous about what this means for the country. Are we going to see tumult? Are we going to see frustration from or backlash from the community? Who knows? Vivek Ramaswamy says that this finding will backfire. Donald Trump will keep his Secret Service protection. He is guilty on all 34 counts, 11 counts related to invoices, 12 counts related to ledger entries, 11 counts related to checks. Marco Rubio calls this a travesty. Tucker Carlson says, "We've imported the third world and become the third world. This marks the end of the fairest justice system in the world, and anyone who defends this verdict is a danger to you and your family." Donald Trump says that this was a rigged trial, a conflicted, corrupted judge, a disgraceful trial. Sentencing has been set for July 11th at 10 a.m. Donald Trump says that November 5th is the real verdict, that this was a Soros-backed DA, and it's going to be up to the American people to decide to let him continue to fight for America, defend the Constitution. Those are his words. Donald Trump says this was done by the Biden administration, that the country has gone to hell, that the country has gone into serious decline, millions are pouring into the country, taking over illegal immigrants, terrorists, you name it. And this was done and conducted in a Manhattan region where over 85% of those potentially from the jury pool voted for Joe Biden. Donald Trump social media company did drop down to one of our support levels. You can see I've got a support level drawn here at, let's see, I think my support level is at, it's actually a little hard to tell right now. But anyway, we got the support line right here. It does look like the stock fell, oh, there we go. It's about 44.21. Looks like the stock fell down to about 44 and then bounced off my support line. As usual, you know, I do a lot of trading and technical analysis and fundamental analysis. We do that as part of our Stocks and Psychology of Money group, or just course member live streams in general. Every day the market is open. You get all those buy-sell alerts. Learn more about that at meetkevin.com. Coupon expires tomorrow. You already know all that stuff. But Donald Trump's sentencing will be held on July 11th at 10 a.m. That is when Donald Trump will be either determined to go into jail, if he'll have to pay a fine, whether that's probation. This is a first-time offense for him in terms of a first-time felon. It's the first time a president of the United States has been found guilty of a felony. It's the first time the Secret Service will be protecting a felon. It is obviously expected that there will be an appeal. However, first we have to get through sentencing. Sentencing will be, again, July 11th at 10 a.m. An appeal could take as long as 2 to 3 years. So quite frankly, there won't be an appeal prior to the election. The election on November 5th will be Americans' way of voting either for Joe Biden or Donald Trump. And this I wouldn't say helps Donald Trump, but there are a lot of people who say this will rally the supporters around Donald Trump and make sure that folks get out the vote, so to speak. Who knows? It could go either way. Some people say they don't want to vote for a felon. Other people say this is all the more reason they have to vote for Donald Trump. Ultimately, everybody makes up their own mind on that. I try my best to be as unbiased as possible here, but I will say, I said it before the results came out, and I'll say it again. I'm nervous. I have no idea, what kind of reaction there is going to be. I remember when, when we watched it live, when it was time for the certification of the election, we had January 6th. So could there be another January 6th as a result of this? Possibly. And so obviously it's also possible that we have nothing until a sentencing. I would imagine if the sentencing was something that prevented Donald Trump from continuing to campaign, that there would be more likely riots or problems at that point. But if you wanted to see that, this was years ago. We called it the Capitol protest, full live documentary, Meet Kevin. If you search that up on YouTube, you can actually watch it and sort of see the emotion of what happened back then. And so there's a lot of question as to, could this happen again? I was live for 10 hours that day covering how, not only Donald Trump's initial speech here, the now famous speech, peacefully protest and otherwise, but also reports of shots fired on the inside, regaining control. I had my broken headphones on there, and Senate resuming session later in the day. Covered all of that if you wanted to sort of relive that and watch that. That's available on YouTube. But wow. This is a historic day that President of the United States has been found guilty on all 34 counts. It looked like that was a unanimous decision. Obviously, we know that the judge did indicate some flexibility in terms of the, whether or not everybody had to agree on whether or not, exactly what the second crime was, which some say that contributed to some of the rigging. Others say this sets up for an appeal. Others say, no, that's totally fine. As long as everybody agrees that there was at least one other crime, it's okay to find Trump guilty on all counts. I don't know, but what I do know is that this is a very, very big day. There are going to be a lot of people today very happy. There are going to be a lot of people very, very upset today. Donald Trump, again, obviously calling this rigged and essentially an assault on democracy. You do also have a lot of folks on social media sending their outpourings of support for Donald Trump. You have Rand Paul. How long can our republic survive once partisans have taken over the judicial process? This verdict will tragically undermine Americans' confidence in impartial justice. This is a sad day for America. The jury is free to speak after this. This case is now closed. This trial has ended. The jury is not silenced from being able to speak should they be interested in speaking. You've got Judge Merchan again thanked all the jurors for their efforts and mentioned he appreciated their work. You have David Sachs arguing that this was a sham trial designed for one purpose: to brand Donald Trump as a felon. Watch Democrats and the mainstream media endlessly repeat the word. Well, yeah. Then you have Fox News apparently stated, it's inconceivable in New York that anyone else other than Donald Trump would be indicted in this way. Judge Jeanine calls this a case riddled with errors. Rachel Maddow says the jury deserves to be thanked for their efforts and warned that Trump and his allies would try to seed doubts about the guilty verdict, calling it a test of the rule of law. Joe Biden just tweeted, there's only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office: at the ballot box. Donate to our campaign today, is what the Biden camp just posted. Biden camp also released a statement. It looks like here's a post on X with the statement. It says, in New York today, we saw that no one is above the law. Donald Trump, here we go, I'll go ahead and share that screen. Donald Trump has always mistakenly believed he would never face consequences for breaking the law for his own personal gain. But today's verdict does not change the fact that the American people face a simple reality. There is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office: at the ballot box. Convicted felon or not, Trump will be the Republican nominee for president. The threat Trump poses to our democracy has never been greater. He is running an increasingly unhinged campaign of revenge and retribution, pledging to be a dictator on day one and calling for our Constitution to be terminated so he can regain and keep power. A second Trump term means chaos, ripping away Americans' freedoms and fomenting political violence. And the American people will reject it this November. This is obviously a post here from the Biden campaign. And they are, there's a lot of talk about how the Biden campaign is sort of focusing people's frustrations on the potential that Donald Trump will try to stay in office forever if he gets in. Let's see here. Donald Trump Jr. says Democrats have succeeded in their years-long attempt to turn America into a third world shithole. November 5th is our last chance to save it. Donald Trump Jr. also wrote such bullshit. Wow. Okay. So there you have that, all at the same time, mind you, as Dell stock is down about 16 to 17%. We did an analysis on Dell this morning in the course member live stream. A lot of folks were asking me about Dell this morning in the course member live stream. And in that course member live stream, we actually, and you can watch this replay that we filmed live this morning. These were the notes that I wrote down for Dell this morning. Seems like a reasonable 1.7 peg and 15 PE would be about $118 a share for Dell. The stock was down 5% today. It is now down 16.7% in the after hours. And so there you have it. Donald Trump guilty on all 34 counts, each with a maximum hit, essentially, of 4 years in prison, though obviously we will find out on our sentencing day, which is set for July 11th at 10 a.m. That is what the prosecutor and defense have agreed upon for sentencing. Michael Cohen will apparently be appearing on MSNBC tonight. Alvin Bragg tweeted today, a jury found Donald J. Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts. We have, let's see here, Letitia James says no one is above the law. And, of course, you have a lot of posts about a rigged election, a rigged trial. Remember, we ran a poll during the live stream, and 70% believed that Donald Trump did not receive a fair trial. So Adam Schiff reacts guilty. Today, 12 ordinary American citizens found a former president guilty of dozens of felonies. Despite his efforts to distract, delay, and deny, justice arrived for Donald Trump all the same, and the rule of law prevailed. Wow. Wow. Okay, we will see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, supporting the channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. That was a very, very emotion-filled moment. Thank you for sharing it with me. Make sure to join the Stocks and Psychology Money group. Buy, sell, trade alerts in there when I see a trend. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, though, so can't guarantee make money or lose money, but I can guarantee I'll give you my transparency, my guidance with what I'm doing with my portfolio, and then what you make of that is obviously your choice. I can't provide personalized financial advice for you, but I'll provide all my ideas and perspectives that I try every day. Doesn't mean I'm going to be right all the time. I was definitely wrong about the Trump verdict, for example. I thought Donald Trump was going to be found not guilty, so I was wrong. Thank you anyway for listening to my perspectives, and appreciate y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, good luck, and let's hope for stability in America going forward.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, licensed real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is not personalized advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purposes of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. I also personally operate an actively managed ETF. I may personally hold or otherwise hold long or short positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuer other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Make sure if you're considering investing in HouseHack to always read the PPM at househack.com.